forward and kick a couple? And he said, no, coach wants me to stay out of the forward.
Well, he's just doing his team role, isn't he? As he is down on the boundary today. But we look forward to hearing more from Blakey Tennant.
Blake, I'm just wondering, is there a chance I can book a caravan down at Berwick along the coast there, mate?
Good to see you listening on the weekend forecast, Brash.
I got to say, mate, you're another great doppelganger from you, mate. I tell you what, it had me laughing for 5 minutes. And if you can do that, mate, you've made my day.
The people of Berwick will love that. That'll be part of their marketing pitch. Come to Berwick, a seaside town.
You might have to enlighten me. I didn't hear that one.
Well, put it this way, Blake. There is a Berwick upon Tweed about 15,000 miles away on the Scottish-English coast. I'm sure we could get them to come and play efnl football every Saturday afternoon.
It'd be lovely. Big travel, though. I don't know. They didn't like it when Berwick and Beaconsfield come in, Brash. I don't know if they'd like any Scottish teams coming in.
No, exactly.
Almost all in readiness here at the Bull Ring. It's, as we said countless times, this is a game we've been looking forward to since round one when Rowville got the job done all the way back in April. The second week of April, and it's now the second week of, well, the first weekend of August, but feels like we're a lot deeper into that as finals are nearing around the corner. We'll hear more about those key scores from around the grounds with Jared Beelan throughout the broadcast. But Brett Beston, about to take you away as Noble Park hosts Rowville.
Thank you, Matty. Umpire throws the ball up, and I think Beach has a jumper change by the looks. Looks like he's wearing jumper 30, which he has done previously this year. Listed as number 28. We'll get the boys to check on that. Picked up by Rowville, dumped on the ground. Good tackle coming in there from Fairbank. In fact, he's won a free kick. So Fairbank with the footy, switches it across. It's about half forward, but there's plenty of Rowville defenders back there. Dropped over there by Young on the ground. They go in and get it again as that Frawley ball comes out. It's all a bit messy, but here they come, Rowville, and this is what they're good at. A little bit of speed off that half-back line. Kicked it full forward to about half forward, should I say. Ball has been dropped, and it's in the hands of Glenn. The umpire says we'll have a free kick going the way of Noble Park.
So Thomas Glenn, left half-back, goes short in ball. Gets a lot of the football, Thomas Glenn. Not many contested possessions, but still gets a lot of it. To Luke Bull, who gets a dangerous kick into the middle, but the Bull should be away here. The handball came from Tua. Gave it off to Sketcher, who goes wider to Shane Allen. Well, of course, it was Shane Allen the week last time we were out here, wasn't it, Brash? It was. Was it 200 for the club or 150 for the club? Something along those lines.
200, I think. And I had a walk of the ground, Matt. It's still very spongy.
Yeah.
Very spongy, so definitely a stop day.
So Beach gets the front spot, taps it down straight in the hands of a Noble Park midfielder who wobbles it inside forward 50. Francis was around there. Little handball came out from Lambert of the Bodie variety, but nothing doing, and we'll have another ball up 30 metres out from the Noble Park goal. Up goes Lockman for Rowville, hit it down. Martin tried to come through and grab a free kick, couldn't get anything from the umpire. McDonald's handball goes wider, and the Hawks will try to switch play, but a great smother coming across there from Benjamin Marson forces another stoppage inside the Noble Park forward 50. We've gone, according to the clock, we've only gone a minute. I think that's a little bit off. We've got 2 minutes on our clock ticking over here. Still no score for either side. Just feeling each other out in its early stages.
So I think the gentleman on the score is probably, the clock has gone, had a bit of a snooze, so a little bit late getting the clock started as a big tackle comes in there on the ground. It's coming in there from Byers, tackling Clark. The umpire says we'll have a ball up.
I've just noticed that both Sketcher and Martin are lining up on the defensive side of the stoppage.
Interesting. We'll see if that continues throughout the rest of the game. Here's the kick down the line. Trying to get his hands on it over there was Beach, but he managed to get a ball off. Kick forward. Here they come, Noble Park, and it's going to be cut off. Good interception there. So Rowville just in control, just slowing it down. Quite happy just to take their time. Now the kick out towards the half-back flank. Well, nicely done. And Zijai, we spoke about him earlier. He's real speed on the wing, of course. So he'll be one to watch today. Now Ali Zijai kicks towards number 17. That's a Rundle. Plenty of goals for him this year. Takes the ball, but he loses possession on the ground. Going in there and trying to get his hands on it is, I think it's Frawley, but the whistle's gone. In fact, no, it's not Frawley, but we'll have a ball up nonetheless. So still waiting for the first score of the game. We've had 3 minutes. Up it goes. Here's the hit out. Down into the clinches. And on the ground, and that's going to be a free kick going the way of Rowville. They're looking to play on quickly. This is good play. They're in the middle of the ground. Now they chip it out wide to about the 50-metre line, trying to get his hands on it over there. was Taylor. Now they go, but it's been cut off in Glenn. With a switching kick, it's a bit of a dangerous one, but nicely done. And the mark is taken by McDonald.
So we'll go into the score centre with Jared Beanland quickly for our first score of the day.
First scores to come through today are from Walker Park. It's Mitcham 2 straight up against Beaconsfield 1 straight.
Well, Liu was almost having a shot at goal there in the far flank, but Noah Park have won the free kick through a desperate tackle back there from the beach blonde hair of Bodie Lambert. So he's laid 2 tackles early today. He'll go onto the back flank there with his short ball to his teammate in McDonald. Not McDonald. McDonald for Noah Park. He goes across the ground to Woolgar, so he marks in his defensive goal square. And then he'll switch it in for the Jake Gaines. So methodical ball use here from the Bulls. Just trying to spread that Rowville zone, but they've held their shape pretty well, the Hawks, as he bombs it up the line. They've got the numbers here, Noah Park, as the ball hits the deck. Lachlan McDonald had a great year for Rowville so far. Just stepped around Fairbank with ease and then poked it inside forward 50 for Davey. And a spoil coming across from Tua. That does look like Tua's got the match-up with Matt Davey.
Brash, both sides are very wary coming out of defence, aren't they? They don't want to go down the corridor.
No, not prepared to take it. But they're playing also very risky play as well to try and create that stretch.
Yeah, definitely keen to try and pinpoint one as it's thrown in. Beach got the hit out down. Come down to Luke Bull. He's at centre-half back and he goes into the centre circles. There's 3 of them diagonal across Pat Wright Senior Oval. Leading the race back there is Jesse Eichhoff with Shane Allen. He gave the handball away to his teammate coming through, Mitchell Schrook. We got a bit of a shout-out from Steve Hughes, Noah Park coach, pre-game. This is one to watch. And he gives it off to Young at centre-half back, swings it out wide. He's got a teammate and trainer, and they've worked it well. There's 3 of them who can raffle it off. In the end, Lachlan McDonald wins out, and he's kicked down the line. Will go out of bounds on the full. It was nowhere near its target, and Alex Frawley.
That was a poor result because actually they should have run the ball a lot further, and the other two Rowville players should have provided the cover.
So free kick, ball goes up. Beach was caught behind, so he didn't get his foot on it. Sketcher hasn't seen too much of it early, but he gets in there. Good tackle on the ground there. We've got a number 62, I think, out there, boys. I'm not quite sure who that is. If you can check that one out for us. So it's almost inevitable, isn't it? Ducks and Drakes with the
that's
the
you. That's Blake.
sheets.
Blake and Will. If you could head down and check that, that's what Besto means. Head over and ask Noah Park. Who's wearing the 62, please?
Was I not clear enough, man?
Well, I'm looking at them and they haven't moved. Blake, earth to Blake. Thank you, Blake.
All right, so Walger has it for Noble Park. Around about the half-back line. Play on, says the umpire. Now he goes long, kicks up towards centre wing. There's the, one in the front spot. Falls it down to Bodie Lambert. Bodie Lambert kicks to half forward, but he's put a bit much on it. The defence is back there nicely. That's Eichhoff. Eichhoff, should I say. He's taken on the ground.
Precariously close to saying something else there, Bestos. We go to Jared Beanland in the score centre.
Whitehorse might be figuring out how to play away. They're 3-1-19 against Scoresby 1-2-8.
Ooh, big one there. Fair Park supporters cheering them on today, as we mentioned on the pre-game. Lachlan McDonald got the handball to Brolick, who went with the outside of the boot towards centre wing. It should be all Noble Park, and it is. Mitchell Woolgar takes the mark. We've gone 6 minutes here, or just over actually, almost 7. No score for either side, as a dangerous ball from Woolgar ends up in the hands there of Rowville's Joshua Clark. The ex-Eastern Rangers captain takes 2 bounces, runs to 40, fires at goal. He's across the face. Nice bit of toe though, Ray. That's exciting for Rowville fans.
He's been a very good player over the last month.
Just a bit of toe. So another example, as well as a dangerous kick from Morrison. Finds its way to Martin, who gives it to Tom Glenn, who's had a fair bit of it. His handball works its way to Luke Bull. Jordan Marson, whose handball to Kyle Martin was difficult for the champion to get down and pick up. And the Rowville pressure works out as Davey flicks one out the corner to his teammate there in Maverick Taylor at centre forward. Arundel fires it off to ZJ. And he's under pressure as well, and eventually Noah Park will clear with Kyle Martin getting it to Beach. Immediately gets it back. He's about 80 from home, pokes it up to centre forward. Beautiful kick for Byers. Was spoiled at the last moment by Stainthorpe. His handball comes out wider. And he's looking for Eichhoff there, who flicked it over top to Schrook. The handball's a shocking one, but it should set up for Kyle Stainthorpe. He'll get his left foot away and poke it up the line to centre wing where the mark is taken. And the Hawks can steady it down. It's been a very frantic 0-0 draw. As we pop it up to half forward, Gaines has the front spot. Tua came across and supported him with the fist. And then Horton Milne got it off to Sketcher, and eventually Sketcher gets the 1-2 and bursts past centre wing. Long ball. Byers has got a one-on-one down there. Does well. Can he get the second grab? He can't. And then a good forward tackle there laid by one of the Marsons. It was Benjamin. Means we'll have a ball up inside the Noble Park forward 50. Rowville 1 behind. Noble Park yet to score. 8.5 minutes gone.
So, pretty interesting game so far. Not a high-scoring game, but there's been plenty of movement. And we've got the first goal of the game. I just took my eyes off the play for a split second. And I think...
It's Horton Milne.
It's Horton Milne. We just watched the replay. It all happened very quickly, just out of the stoppage. And Horton Milne took it just as we were saying that it had been a relatively quiet start to the game. Let's go down to the boundary, Blake.
Yeah, g'day guys. Yes, just got another change. It's actually Josh Stern. He's from 65 to 62. So there you have it.
Thank you, Blake. So Horton Milne with the first goal of the day.
As we go to Paul Yukoni in the Stats Centre.
Well, all the stats so far have been pretty even. Apart from these two, the inside 50s, Noble Park lead that 6-4, and tackles, they've certainly brought the pressure early, Noble Park. They lead that 8 tackles to 3.
So a big part of the game, defence, of course. And Noble getting the advantage there. Up it goes. Might have just been a bit of a nil-all draw in the ruck that time as the ball comes down. And Marson, the Jordan variety. Here they come forward again, and there's a shot for goal. How's that one looking? Just off target, just drifting to the left. And through for a minus score. So 1-1-7 plays one behind on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. And we officially, I think, have had 9.5 minutes in this first two.
We have, as we go to Jared Beanland in the score centre.
The other top 4 Premier Division game is going on at Bull and Vizzy Reserve, 2-2-14. That's Bull win to 1 straight 6, Doncaster East.
So this kick from the Hawks is a drilling ball up the middle, and it works out. It split the hands of Kane Young, but it ended up in his advantage. He runs through the centre square, kicks it to 30 metres out, loses the target. Taylor couldn't bring it in, the Maverick. Got his handball away. Stapleton's kick is smothered by a desperate Jacob Goikoa, and then eventually Morrison gave the handball to Glenn. Glenn poked it wide, and he's found his target there in Stern, wearing the 62. Kicks it up the wing. Beautiful pass inboard to Jack Francis. That's a delightful kick there from Stern, and then Francis will drill one inside forward 50 onto the chest of Bodie Lambert. He dropped it, just bounced off his chest, and then coming through and taking one high is Jacob Goikoa, and he will line up, it looks like, from just outside the arc here at Noble Park. According to our banner riders, the wind is going to that end of the screen, but there's hardly much wind to it. So you'd think this would take Goikoa's best.
The trio of Martin, Sketcher and Horton Mill are causing a few little headaches early for Rowville, Ray.
Yeah, they're running a little bit riot through the middle, Brush.
So Jacob Goikoa will kick from around 50 metres. He'll probably kick from just on the edge of the centre square here towards Moodamere Street. Got a fair piece of that off the boot. Just hooking left. And the Hawks, they actually keep it in play. Shane Allen off the ground. Couldn't go anywhere. And in the end, the free kick goes to Jesse Eichhoff. Allen, he's that sort of poacher. You would have thought he'd put that into the back of the net best, though. But nonetheless, Rowville will get a chance to rebound. They still trail by just 1 goal. 1-1-7 Noble Park Rowville, the one behind.
So we're able to bring it out, but they've just got themselves into a bit of a sticky spot at the moment. Little handball over the top. It's Shriek, I think. He gets it into the middle of the ground. Quick hands from Lockman. Now they'll switch the play. Rowville will go right over the other side of the ground. That's a nice kick too, and it finds Seedsman. So Seedsman gives it off. Quick hands down the line. As they kick to about half forward. It's not a great kick though. They'll do well to get their hands on this. Taylor had it for a moment, but then lost it. Now it comes out. There's Zijai on the ground, taking in a good tackle. Ball comes out though for McDonald. And Noble Park can go forward again here, bouncing awkwardly, but here they come again through Spray Shriek. Kick is smothered. Ball comes into the ground. This has got a very messy, this piece of play just for the moment.
Bit of Dermot Burton about Cooper McDonald's hair, isn't it?
It is there, mate.
Look at that. That's magnificent.
So Clark it was who was taking the ground. The umpire says we'll throw it up. Up it goes. Up they fly in the ruck. Knocked down. Marson went without it for Noble Park. Now it's still there, though. Goes and has another go. Marson took his man out of the play. It's on the ground again. That comes out for McDonald. Gets his kick smothered. Now Rowville go forward again. Long kick inside 50, but there's plenty of defence. Smashed away out towards the boundary. Going in there, one of the Rowville players on the ground. I think it was a Trainer. Now it's back inside. And now they'll move it Noble Park off half-back.
So it's into the centre corridor. Francis, handball. Martin was caught flat-footed for the first time in his career, and then Josh Clark pumped it to full forward, where Rowville have got a 2-on-1 inside forward 50, and Seedsman takes the mark 20 metres out directly in front.
Well, it's for the first time this quarter, Rowville got a 2-on-1, Ray, because up until then, their forward 50 was not even getting a chance the way the ball was being delivered to them.
No, you're dead right. The delivery inside that forward 50 was not ideal, but they're hanging in there. That's the main thing.
And now that against the grain of play, there's a chance for them to hit the scoreboard.
Yeah.
So Seedsman to give the Hawks their first goal of the afternoon. Comes in 20 metres out directly in front, poked at it and missed. So Rowville 2 behinds. Noble Park 1-1-7 as we go to Jared Beanland in the score centre.
We're in Division 3 here with Waverley Blues 3-2-20 to Donvale 1-1-7 and Scoresby 2-3-15 to Whitehorse 4-2-26.
And just an update from Quamby. North Ringwood have the first goal. They're up 1 straight 6-1 behind. They must win the Saints today to keep their Premier Division hopes alive as Godkoa came through the middle of the corridor there for Noble Park, but left the footy behind, and then Brolick is wrapped up in a Lambert tackle. The Bodie Lambert tackle, and we'll have a ball up in the centre circle. So an easy chance miss there for the Hawks by Seedsman as Byers went up against Lou. He's got the hide on him and won the hit out. Godkoa, ooh, that's dangerous from ZJ. Got away with that one as Sketcher poked it out wide to the runner. Fairbank impressed us last year back in round 1 against Berwick. Pokes it over the top to Lambert. Handball to Sketcher, wanted his right boot and then zigzagged the other way, and then with the left poked it to the hot spot. Shane Allen's around this one. Mike Crummett coming through there was Stern. He's wrapped up in a tackle. Ball spills free. Somehow the umpire said play on. Marson grabs the footy, and then Benjamin Marson slams it through the middle. No will get there second. They're 2-1-13. Rowville 2 behinds, and that's a bit of a 11-point play there for the Bulls, Brash, because Mark Seedsman really should have tied the scores up before.
Yeah, it's not good there for Rowville. But Noble Park, Ray, they've taken all their chances so far.
Oh, they certainly have, but Rowville's got to tighten up in the midfield. There seems always to be 1 or 2 Noble Park players loose in that centre square.
So Ben Wise won't be a happy man because scores could have been level, but instead, as Matty said, effectively a 12-point play. Up they go in the middle again. Byers got high, got the knockdown, but it's fallen for Rowville, and they'll go forward to inside 50. Punched away, though. There's the ball on the ground. Trying to get his hands on it there was Tua. It's on the ground again, and a big strong tackle coming in. There's Seedsman on the bottom of it. He won't get that out, I don't think, as the umpire comes in and says, we'll be here all day, so I'll throw it up.
Yeah, that was a really, really hard piece of football there.
One that both sides.
Oh.
So it's getting a bit willing, that's for sure. Up it goes again, Byers, but coming over the top nicely was the Rowville man. That's Liu, way late inclusion. Now the Noble Park looked to run it off half-back. Strong tackle by Frawley, though. And the umpire says we'll throw it up again. So really starting to become a really contested game out here. Nothing too surprising about that as Byers gets the tap out of the middle. Hooked off the boot of ZJ inside 50. Can someone get on the end of it? Almost. Now the ball falls for Noble Park and they get it out. Cries a ball. Goes out the back and it's kicked away by Woolga. Out towards the boundary line.
Good mark.
Brilliant mark taken over there.
Cooper McDonald it
was on the far side of the ground.
That was a Dermot Brereton mark, Matty.
Can he kick the goal now, Ray?
I tell you what, he's got plenty of height on the kick coming inside 50, and there's a lot of Noble Park defenders there, and in the end it was just a bit too easy, and the mark is taken, and Noble will survive.
Once again, Brash, a poor entry.
Yes. They're not doing themselves any favours whatsoever.
3 Bulls at the top of the square, and that's where they kicked it. Byers took the mark and then kicked it out to the far side of Pat Wright Senior Oval, and Jack Francis just unloads a barrel down the line to a 1-on-1. Marson does well, kept his feet, could handle over the top to the Lambert, ignores that option, dribbles it towards goal, and it thuds into the goalpost padding. Ben Marson, he might look back and think he's burnt his teammate there. Could have handballed and set up a certain third goal for the Bulls, but they're all over him here as the kick out from the Hawks is a scrappy one. Hall got his handball away, but it'll fall into hands this time of Jordan Marson. He'll have a shot for goal from 40, and it'll go straight through the middle. It's all the Bulls here at Pat Wright Senior Oval. They are 3-2-20. Rowville just the 2 behinds. We have gone 17.5 minutes here in this first quarter as we go to Jared Beanland in the score centre.
Mitcham 4 straight 24 to Beaconsfield, 3-1-19 out there at Walker Park.
High scoring start at Walker Park. Ray, Rowville just look a little bit rattled. They're making a lot of skill errors and they just look like they're not taking their time. That kick out there really keen to move quickly and just no one was set up.
That's the way they play, but they're just fumbling at crucial stages and a couple of them just not keeping their feet. It's early days yet, boys.
That's right. Let's not write them off just yet. 18 minutes gone on this first term as Rowville win it out of the middle. They go inside 50. Can they hit a target? It's been punched away, but it's gone very high in the air. They'll get an opportunity to get the ball in. They're going looking for it was Lockman, but the whistle's gone. And the umpire says we'll have a ball up. So
They seem to have 2 and 3 always around the contest, Noble Park, depending on which end of the ground the ball's at.
So again, the hit out goes the way of Rowville. Nice little handball out there from Davey. Can they get it back inside towards the full forward line? Seedsman, it's been towed off the ground and it will just dribble through for, no, it's going to go almost out of bounds. Stays in over there though, that's brilliant play. That's Davey, who tries to duck away, and I think he's got a high tackle, has he? No, he's been done for holding the ball. So, Goikoa, I think it is, in that back pocket. And he will bring it out for Noble Park. Kicks up towards the half-back line. Up they fly Byers. Sorry, it's not Byers, it's the other big man, Beach. So Beach now goes down the line. Trying to get a good ball coming over the top there from Eichhoff. Whistle's gone again. Another free kick. Getting a bit willing now. And here they go. That's Allen putting it into a good kick.
That's poor marking there.
And there was just no one with any kill.
I believe that's Fairbank.
Fairbank. He just stood there on his own. There was a couple of rival players, but they showed no urgency at all. And an easy mark, and it's been given off. There's the kick across the face. That's a goal, is it? It sure is. That is a leading contender for the Tobin Brothers goal of the day. That is Lockie McDonald, who's put it through. Just got the handball off, and he's put it through, and that is a super goal. And Noble Park extend their lead. It's 4-2-26 to 2 behinds on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, and we've had around about 19 minutes.
Go to Paul Uconi in the Stats Centre.
Well, they're just being really efficient, Noble Park, early, haven't they? I mean, the inside 50s have been pretty even. Rowville lead that 11-10, but the tackles have been outstanding. They've already had 14 tackles, Noble Park, to 8 for Rowville.
It's a pretty damning stat considering Noble Park are 4 goals up on the scoreboard, and they're going to get another clearance here through Horton Milne towards the hotspot. Centre half forward, 30 metres out from their goal. Handball came through from Stanthorpe, but it missed everyone. Eventually, they clear the Hawks away to half forward. Seedsman, who missed that shot of goal earlier, just stumbles on the spongy Pat Wright senior oval surface, and we'll have a ball in right in front of us in the broadcast position here on the balconies. We go to Jared Beanland in the score centre.
High scoring start out at Waverley. It's Waverley Blues 4-2-26 to Donvale. They've hit back 6-1-37.
Oh, there you go. Geez. Donvale bouncing back from last week's shock loss to Ferntree Gully as Beach won it down. Marston, that's Jordan, kicked a goal earlier, been involved in a fair bit of play. Sketcher grabs it, hooks it around the body. Lambert's around this one. Ball bounces awkwardly, and then Lambert just hovered, got the handball over the top to Ben Marston. He played for a free kick. Umpire said nothing doing. And we'll have a ball up left half forward for the Bulls. We're just about to tick into time on here. And we have now at Pat Wright Senior Oval. It is 4 goals the difference in the Bulls' favour. Hit out down from Byers. Eventually found its way through handballs to Wyckoff for Rowville, who goes wide, looking for the runner in Nashua Wood. He goes backwards to Clark. And he will mark Joshua Clark at left half back for Rowville as we go to Jared Beanland in the score centre.
News from the Trows. Huge start for Montrose. 4-8-32 to Bayswater. Scoreless.
4-8.
Unbelievable.
Already 4-8.
That could have been even a lot worse. Frawley with the footy. Takes the mark on the far side of the ground. Rowville, they could do with a goal going into quarter time, that's for sure. Gets one over the top. Almost getting there was Liu, but he couldn't quite do so. On the ground, all sorts of calls of holding the ball and various other things as Tua goes to ground. And there's a bit of pushing and shoving in there. And in the end, the umpire's whistle is gone. It's getting very willing out there. Bit of frustration from the Rowville side, I think, as they just try and get themselves into this game. You feel like they're not too far off the pace, even though the scoreboard doesn't reflect it. And as the umpire gets set to restart us. And so we're in time on in this first quarter. Up it goes. Whistle's gone.
They've been outworked around the contest, Rowville, in this early stage of the game. They just can't get their hands on the ball, and when they do, they're either slipping and sliding, and they just can't.
They haven't had a clean possession.
No,
they look a little bit rattled as we go to Jared Beanland quickly in the score centre.
I might have to rescind the Donvale score because the scores are all over the place at Waverley Park. It says that Waverley Blues have kicked 69 goals, so I'm not sure. So I don't know how reliable that previous.
Big fly out here. Couldn't hold the mark in the end there. Could Anthony Marston. But yes, it looks like game day might have shat itself, Jared, for lack of better words there. Although the Waverley Blues, they can get on a roll.
They can.
Would be an incredible opening quarter. We've got a score from Quamby. North Ringwood 1-1-7, Doncaster 3 behind. So an absolute thriller out there between North Ringwood and Doncaster.
Next score we'll get from Montrose will be 8-16.
Yeah, well, they do kick in accurately down there at the Trows. So Horton Milne got the clearance, gave it to Jack Francis, about 55 from home. He could wheel and go here, Francis. He'll pretend to look for options, and in the end, he's going to set sail for home. He's got fairly good connection on it, but it's across the face. Oh, sorry, he hooked it for one behind. I think he should have done that straight away while he had the open goal square best, though. I know he made the distance easily, but he held up. When we all knew he wanted to have a shot.
That's right.
It's Noble 4-3-27. Rowville 2 behinds, 23.5 minutes gone first quarter here at the Pat Wright Senior Oval.
Trying to do the team thing. He's kicked 22 goals this year, Jack Francis, so he knows where the big sticks are. As Rowville get caught in their defence, it'll kick up the line there.
I think that really epitomises their first quarter, that little disposal there by Cooper McDonald.
Yep.
Let's go down to the boundary side with Blake.
Yeah, just what I'm saying here from Rowville is they just, when they're marking it, they're just panicking a bit. Just slow the ball down a bit. That's what I'm trying to see. And get that little short chip if you really have to by Rowville. So try get their first score. Back to you.
Thanks, Blake. Alex Frawley on the boundary. You can see him on the ground there winning that hard ball. Now they get it forward, Rowville. Let's see if they can get something young. This could be the first goal of the day. Bounces at Seedsman, I think.
Arundel.
It's Arundel who charges into the square, kicks the goal, does he? Yes, he has. So Arundel puts it through. He's kicked 24 goals, so that is number 25 in the Box Hill listed player, Hawks listed player. Finally gets one for Rowville, and that's very timely going into the quarter time break. 4-3-27 to 1-2-8.
That certainly makes a hell of a big difference. That one goal against the Tide, the way that Noble Park was scoring, and now if they can take stock at quarter time and get the next one, but the game's back on.
Absolutely, and they've definitely got the speed on them. What's one thing going Rowville's way? They definitely look quicker once the ball hits the deck. As we go back to Jared in the score centre, look at everyone getting their scores in, Brash. It's exciting.
A couple of Div 1 scores. East Ringwood 7-4-46 to Upper Ferntree Gully 3 behinds, and Moral 2-3-15 to Croydon 1-8.
Can I go the early crow on East Ringwood?
You reckon they're home? There could be a strong breeze out there at East Ringwood Reserve. It was strong there last time we were out there, but Croydon there, good start for them.
My nephew will kill me every time I do that.
So up in the middle of the ground here, Kyle Martin, Noble Parker dominating the clearances, as I'm sure Paul Uconi will let us know the next time he gets a chance. Shane Allen got the ground ball, gave it off to Lambert, who goes across the body. I think that's Tobin Brothers' goal of the day.
I think it is.
It's Joshua Stern, apologies. Just got the little handball from Shane Allen, and then on the arc, at the junction where the arc meets the boundary, just hooked one across the body, and it floated its way through. And after all Rowville's efforts to get their first, Noble Park get their fifth. They're 5-3-33. The Hawks 1-8, 25 minutes gone in this first quarter. Paul, give us some stats around the clearances, because Noble, I think, on the look of it, are dominating there. Sorry, Noble Park.
Noble Park, well, it's pretty close, actually. They are leading the clearances 6-5.
Just the matter of what how they're using those clearances, isn't it, Ray?
Yeah, look, I think one big downfall with Rowville on the one-on-one contest, when the ball's kicked into the open, Noble Park are quicker to recover on the ground, and it goes over the back.
They've had 15 tackles in this first quarter, Noble Park.
So back in the middle, ball bouncing around Frawley, almost for Rowville, but he couldn't quite get his hands on it. That's in the tight stuff again. Trying to rip it out there was Shriek on the grounds. And I think we'll have a stalemate. The umpire will throw it up. So we've had 26.5 minutes played in this first term, so we can't have a lot of time to go. Having said that, there has been 6 goals.
So there's a fair bit that's happened.
Yeah. So Beach out of the middle, knocks it down, and big tackle comes in there. I think it was Gorko on the grounds. Umpire to throw it up again.
Ray, if you're Rowville, Ben Wise here, is it just keep this scoreline?
Just play the quarter out without letting them get another one and then re-establish.
So Frawley on the ground, gave it to Seedsman, but now it's in the hands of Fairbank, who jinks out of trouble. Little handball back in the hands of McDonald, who gets it into the beautiful kick. And the mark is taken. That is super play. And is that...
that's Stern again.
Stern again.
And given his last effort best, though, I'll back him in from here.
I tell you what, that was a lovely piece of play there by Fairbank. The way he manoeuvred his body in and around that contest to create that space to get the ball out to Marston in the first place, that was well done there by young Harley Fairbank.
So Josh Stern, he's got one already today. This is not an easy kick, but as Matty said, the last one was a pretty decent nudge, so we'll see if he can get this one on target. This will be a real killer for Rowville going into the break, but I reckon he's pushed it across. He has just going through for a minor score, so one more to the Noble Park total. 5-5-35 plays 1-2-8 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. We've had nearly 28 minutes gone.
We've got a couple of scores. So Doncaster have levelled it up, 1-3-9 apiece. Apparently under lights out at Quamby, so clearly there's a bit of a cloud cover out on the in the Maroondah Council. And Baroni are 2-4-16, South Belgrade 4-3-27 at quarter time. We go to Paul in the Stats Centre.
I've got to say something about the inside 50s. They've been very even, but Noble Park are just being more efficient.
Absolutely. Jake Arundel, Rowville's goal kicker, takes the mark on centre wing, but his kick was smothered. And the Bulls will get a chance to escape once again. Goikoa is underneath that football. Might get a free kick here. No, Damien Sully says give it to me. But there is the quarter-time siren. It's been a big display here from Noble Park as they look to get back on top of the Premier Division ladder. Damien Sully in there. And there was an attempt to start a little bit of a tussle at quarter-time, but the experienced Damien Sully said, come on, boys, enough of that. Head to your huddles. It's Noble Park 5-4-34, and the live ladder would have them on top of it. Not that we have the live ladder going, Besto. Rowville 1-2-8. The goal kickers, Brett Beston.
The singles to Jordan Marston, also Horton Mill, McDonald, the other Marston, Benjamin, of course, and Josh Stern. But he had two, but he kicked one in the end. And the only goal kicker so far for Rowville was Arundel, who's kicked one goal. Well,
we're going to head to our break here at quarter time in the Eastland match room. When we come back, we'll hear from one of the coaches down there with Blake and Will, and we'll get into the second quarter as the Hawks look to get back on even terms.
Today at Eastland, Lucy's trying on jeans for a momentous occasion. Coffee with the ex. She needs jeans she can move in because she's definitely moved on. Jeans that get a second look, but don't give any second chances. Jeans that say, why yes, I have spent the last 8 months